Hello everyone, welcome to Study Crunch. Now we are moving forward to next questions in power system. Galvanized steel is generally used as all of the three, that is stray wire, earth wire and structural components. So all of the above is the answer. We know that if the wire are made up of any other steel, it will rust and corrosion attack the wire. So a layer of zinc oxide can be provided on the steel by some chemical process. This zinc oxide layer protects the steel wire from rust and corrosion. That's why galvanized steel is used. So we galvanize the steel. Next, plug setting of relay can be altered by varying air gap of magnetic path, number of turns, adjustable backup stop, or none of these. So plug setting can be altered by number of turns. We know that the minimum pickup value of the deflecting force of an electric relay is constant. Again, the force of the coil is proportional to its number of turns. So force is proportional to number of turns. Now, if we change the number of active turns of any coil, the required electric current to reach the minimum pickup value also changes. That means if the active turn is reduced, then the current is also, the current required to produce desired relay will get reduced. So force will be directly proportional to number of turns. Next, objective of power system is, so or our objective is cost of the electrical energy per kilowatt to be minimum and rated voltage and frequency to be supplied to consumers. So these are the two main motive or objective of power system. Reliable power has to be made available, then effective protection, more stability of generators so that it should not lose the synchronism under faulty conditions, flexible. So these are the basic points which are objective of power system. Next, the main objective of electrical power transmission is or are, so it is the transmission system must be more efficient with minimum line losses. So the line losses should be minimum. Then the voltage regulator must be zero. So voltage regulation must be zero. So both of these should be minimum actually. Advantages of higher transmission voltage is or are, so power transfer capability of transmission lines is increased, transmission losses are reduced, and area of cross section volume conducted is reduced. So all of the above is the answer. Advantages are power transfer capability is increased, transmission losses, that is Vi cos phi, these are minimum or reduced. Then lastly, cross sectional area and volume should be reduced or lowered. So all of the three are the answers. Next, which of the following statement is true? So the answer is, at higher voltage cost of transmission is reduced, at higher voltage cost of transmission is increased, and the efficiency is decreased, or all of the above. So the answer is, it should be reduced. So at higher voltages, transmission cost should be reduced. Next, Maximum power transfer capability of transmission line can be increased by, so it can be increased by parallel line transmission, using series capacitance, and using bundle conductors. All of the three are correct. Next, for flat voltage profile, the voltage regulation is, so it is 0%. We know that Vs minus Vr into 100 is our percentage voltage regulation, right? Where we know that Vr is the receiving end voltage, Vs is equal to Vr for flat profile. So when Vs is equal to Vr, this will become 0%. So flat voltage regulation, we have 0%. Next, maximum power transfer in transmission line can be obtained by increasing the voltage level, reducing the reactance, either one or two, or none of the above. So it can be either increasing the voltage level or reducing the reactance. We can do any of these. We know that P max is equal to Vs square by X, where Vs is the supply voltage and X is the reactance. So any of these can be done to provide maximum power. So this was all about this lecture. Let's move on to next. Thank you.